It may be fall on the calendar, but it certainly doesn't feel that way here, especially here at Jambalaya Park Swim Complex, as we get set for the second annual Ascension Parish Swim Meet. Swimmers from East Ascension, Santa Ma, Ascension Catholic, and Ascension Christian are here to battle it out for pool supremacy, bragging rights, and so much more. And you'll see every splash, kick, and stroke exclusively on Rev Sports.
Rev Business started small in 1935. We built our reputation by providing hometown service with Louisiana hustle. For nearly 90 years, we've expanded across our great state, through the swamps and across the Mississippi, bringing fiber optics from the capital to the North Shore, all to connect your business with the world. Rev is about big business technology with small business personal service.
For a limited time, get up to $300 off business services. Call or visit us today at letsrev.biz.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Looking for an extraordinary education opportunity? Introducing Ascension Public School's Early College Option Program. Experience the best of both worlds as high school seamlessly blends with college coursework in a rigorous yet supportive program. Earn your high school diploma and an associate's degree in biological science or humanities in less time. Get acclimated to college coursework and expectations, giving you a 2-year head start on your peers. In fact, 86% of early college option students earn both a high school diploma and associate's degree from River Parish's community college at the same time. And ECO students achieve an average ACT score of 24. You can enjoy a smaller learning environment that fosters collaborative learning, yet stay connected to your home high school through clubs, organizations, and sports. And here's the best part. Students pay no tuition or textbook costs. Ascension Public School's Early College Option Program, where your future begins today. Enroll for next year and seize the opportunity of a lifetime.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jimmy Frederick. Along with me, former LSU swimmer and superstar at Baton Rouge High, Peter Okonski, and we are so excited to be here for this Ascension Parish Swim Meet. And, Peter, this is something that is special for Ascension Parish because not everybody has the opportunity to bring all their schools together, or most of them together, and have an actual meet for Ascension Parish or parish bragging rights.
You're absolutely correct. This is an opportunity for all these kids that are attending this high school meet today to potentially have another opportunity to qualify for the state meet upcoming in November and the city meet that's going to be just around the corner later this month in October.
Well, these guys and girls have been practicing and swimming, and not just over the course of this school year, but throughout the summer, a lot of them, most of them in club swimming. So we're going to get to really use your expertise on all the different aspects of what makes a swimmer a swimmer, because it's different than all other sports. I mean, it really is something special, and what a great meet and what a great time this is going to be. And so we've got a lot to talk about, but before we do that, we're going to throw it over to our third member of the broadcast team, Jolie Hartman. And Jolie, take it away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm out here at the Gonzales swimming pools, and right here I am with Kelly Frugier, the head coach of the East Ascension swim team. And Kelly, I hear that you're in charge of getting this back into Ascension Parish. Maybe tell a little bit about how you got it and how this all started.
Yeah, sure thing. So I remember this swim meet going back as far as 2011. This was something that me and the other coaches here at Santa Juan and Dutchtown, we would love doing this every year. It was just an opportunity for just the Ascension swim teams to come together and compete against one another, have some friendly rivalry. There was a little gap of the last few years where we were not able to put it on, but since last year it was the first time that we brought this swim meet back. So this will be the second time since that prolonged break, coming back from COVID and everything else, trying to put this event back on for the swimmers of Santa Mall, East Ascension, Dutchtown High School, and now our private schools, Ascension Christian and Ascension Catholic, just to help everybody come in and just celebrate the sport of swim inside of Ascension Parish.
All right. Well, good luck, Coach, and thank you so much for bringing this back for our students here in Ascension Parish. So today we got some exciting interviews from some of the swimmers and other coaches, so stay tuned. Back to you, Jimmy and Peter.
Jolie, thank you so much, and we really appreciate Coach Kelly Fruge for putting this meet on and helping us get things going. And we're going to have Jolie throughout the meet. She's going to be our poolside reporter, and we're going to have the national anthem. So let's listen to the national anthem. We'll get back into this meet in just a second. We'll have the national anthem in just a minute, but while we're waiting, we have East Ascension, Dutchtown, Santa Maria, Ascension Catholic, and Ascension Christian. In fact, in my open, I think I left out Dutchtown. Sorry, pal. That was my mistake. East Ascension coach Jessica might be singing the national anthem in a minute. Just about there, but as we get set, we're going to have 21 different heats, right, or 21 different events today in this meet. I think they've cut out one or two just to combine things.
That's right. We're going to be the events that are going to be swum today are going to be relays, where each swimmer will be tasked with either swimming one of the 4 individual strokes: butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. Or they'll be swimming individual events. An individual swimmer can swim up to 2 individual events and 2 relays.
And the relays this for this meet is going to be a little different. They're going to be combined. It's not just going to be boys and girls. They're going to be a mixed.
That's right. You're going to have.
We'll listen to the national anthem. A beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem, and we are set to go for the second annual Ascension Parish Swim Meet. Again, it is East Ascension, Dutchtown, Santa Maria, Ascension Catholic, and Ascension Christian. I'm Jimmy Frederick. Along with me, former LSU swimmer Peter Okonski. And Peter, again, thanks for being here with us. Really going to add a lot to what we bring here to the meet because, a lot of people, including myself, aren't real familiar with swimming except, swimming and playing around and not really a swim team competition kind of thing.
Or typically when swimming comes around every 4 years in the Olympics,
right?
Right?
Well, that's the other thing. We'll watch Michael Phelps and, a few others, but this is a special time for these young swimmers and a special thing for us to be able to bring to Ascension Parish and really everywhere because we are on Rev Sports and Rev Sports 1 and we're excited about being here. And we also want to thank Rev Sports for doing this for Ascension Parish because it really is important that we bring not only football and basketball and baseball but also our other sports, including swimming. And we're about to get going here for our first heat of the day, and it's our mixed relay 200 medley. And let's see if I can give you the folks that are going to be swimming this one. It's going to be in East Ascension is going to be in lane 3. Leg 1 will be Marley Vincent. He is swimming against Ian Percy for Sanama in lane 4. And in lane 5, it's Gibson Patalo.
So the interesting thing about this relay, Jimmy, is you notice that the relay is swam in a particular order with representing all 4 strokes that will be swum today. So the first one's going to be backstroke. It's 2 lengths of the pool. Then they're going to go right into breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle. Each of those legs is two lengths.
Lily Melanson is in the water for the breaststroke for East Ascension. Sarah Jane Edmondson will swim the breaststroke for Sanama, and Ginevra Adalfo will be swimming the breaststroke for Dutchtown.
And what's really important here is when you're swimming breaststroke, to really, when you hit those walls, that you touch with a 2-hand touch here, so that person on the block gets a good start.
And of course, we do have officials. If they leave early or something like that, that will be
they can
penalized
be
or
disqualified. That's correct.
Now into the water, Logan Herndon for the butterfly for East Ascension. Follow Brody Clift will swim butterfly for Sanama, and for Dutchtown, it will be Grayson Calfo.
And Jimmy, the really important thing about relays is they count double in points.
Oh, wow.
So it's really important to get a good start on this so you can really get those points.
Lane 5, it's Cade Kleinpeter. He's swimming freestyle. This will be the last leg of this first heat of the medley. 200 medley. Again, the pool is 25 yards, so they're swimming 2 laps each. Back and forth. I guess that's 1 lap, actually. Sorry. Into the water now will be Cade Kleinpeter for, Zoe Schultz for Sanama. And Jaden Pittman will bring it home for East Ascension. And it is Dutchtown with the victory in this first heat of the medley.
It's the 200 medley relay.
So just so everybody is aware, we're going to, in the pool, you focus not on uniforms but on caps. Dutchtown is in the white caps. You'll have Sanama in the black. East Ascension, of course, in the usual blue. So that does it for our first heat. We're underway here in the second annual Ascension Parish Swim Meet. Here's how things will start off for relay in the A heat. In lane 2, Morgan Vincent will swim the backstroke. In lane 3, Ascension Christian, Hadley Mock will swim the backstroke. For Sanama, it'll be Jules Haddon in lane 4. And in lane 5 for Dutchtown will be Stella Carmouche.
Again, the order of the relay is 2 laps back, 2 laps breast, 2 laps butterfly, and 2 laps freestyle.
We'll pay close attention to this one, as we will with all of them, but it should be a good race here.
Yeah, you're going to expect lanes 4 and 5. They're going to be the top seeds in this heat. So really look for them for one of these to really be a close race.
And they are neck and neck as they get ready to make the turn. Again, it's Stella Carmouche in lane 5, and in lane 4, it's Jules Haddon. Haddon for Sanama has a little bit of a lead, about half a stroke. Into the water will be Libby Wilkinson. Wilkinson in first, followed by Everett Board in lane 5 for Dutchtown. As you mentioned, we're not swimming girl against girl and boy against boy.
It does not matter. It doesn't matter which order that you have, as long as you have 2 boys and 2 girls and you swim each stroke legally. That's all it takes.
Everett Board with a pretty commanding lead here. he will be handing it off to Matthew Okonski, your son. What's his strongest stroke?
It is butterfly and freestyle.
There we go, and he's getting ready to swim butterfly. Dakota Jarrow will be into the water now for Sanamaw. Again, this is the butterfly. We'll have freestyle in just a bit. Also into the water is Micah Bergeron in leg 3 for Ascension Catholic. Final leg, Avery Gracie is in for Dutchtown. She is swimming furiously.
Sean has a lot of ground to make up. It'll be interesting to see if he can close that gap. It's going to be close.
Sean Baudouin is who you're talking about there for Sanamaw. Avery swimming. She's about 10 yards from the finish line. Doesn't look like Sean's going to be able to make it up, and Dutchtown will take the heat. And followed by Sanamaw, Sean Baudouin.
And just for the audience out there, relays count double. They score first place through 8th place. So those relay points are really, really important in scoring of the meet.
In 3rd place in this heat was East Ascension. Sophie Hayden finishes it out. And for Ascension Catholic, it's Giselle Evans.
Well, I think, Jimmy, I think that was a great start to the meet with these relays.
Absolutely. So we will now go to Women Open 200 Freestyle. We have 2 heats of this one. Just so everybody knows, as you look at the top, we're counting the lanes from the top of your screen to the bottom. We'll start off with Dylan Abair from Sanamaw. Dutchtown's Addison Rochester will be in lane 4, and in lane 5 will be Genevieve Iestis from Sanamaw.
And just to let your audience know, Jimmy, typically when you swim, whether it's a relay or individual event, it's seeded. The earlier heats are a little bit slower, and they seed each heat slowest to fastest. And so usually the top seeds are going to be in the middle lanes 4, 5, 3, and 6. And then the further out you go from the middle, those will be your slower swimmers.
So currently, Addison Rochester of Dutchtown has about a 10-yard lead as she makes it to her 50-yard mark.
She really is taking it out in this first 50. It's going to be, I think it's going to be really hard, the other swimmers, for them to catch her. She's got such a commanding lead right now.
So is this a middle distance race?
Actually,
or is this a sprint?
Actually, it is a controlled sprint.
Okay, it is. All right.
It's similar to I would equal it to maybe like the quarter mile in track.
Okay.
It's a controlled sprint.
Right. It's the race I never want to ever run.
Exactly. And usually what the big focus is for these swimmers in this race is that third 50, to keep that tempo up, keep that speed up, and not fall off of the pace. The 200 obviously is 8 lengths of the pool or 4 50s, and so they're starting on their third 50 of this 200 freestyle.
And again, Addison Rochester in lane 4, commanding lead right now, but all swimmers swimming smoothly. And again, this is a great experience meet for some of the younger swimmers who, maybe they're not ready to qualify for the city meet or the state meet, but still get a lot of experience here in this meet.
You're absolutely correct. You cannot get better unless you keep attempting different races, different strokes, and the more opportunities you get, you're going to see improvement over time.
Training in swimming is not just swimming laps back and forth in your selected stroke, right?
No, it is not, especially with this age group, high school kids. You have to be very dedicated to be in the sport just like any other sport. Most of these kids practice Monday through Friday. Some of our more serious swimmers will swim Monday through Saturday.
And this is Addison Rochester coming in for the victory in this heat. Congratulations to Addison from Dutchtown. it's a beautiful afternoon. For swimming last year, you said it was 50 degrees. I can't imagine swimming when it's 50 degrees. Today, it's beautiful.
The swimming gods are really looking down on us today. It's excellent weather, great temperature. Can't ask for a nicer day.
Well, let's take a look as we set up heat number 2. We'll start off in lane 2. Julia Glover from Dutchtown. Mariana Brumfield will be in lane 3. She's also from Dutchtown. From Santa Ma in lane 4, and your fastest qualifying time at 2 minutes 1 second, 1.72 seconds, is Libby Wilkinson. In lane 5 from Dutchtown will be Stella Carmouche. In lane 6 will be Malia Delafos from Santa Ma, and also Gracie Prey from Santa Ma will be in lane 7. We're only using lanes 2 through 7. Lanes 1 and 8 will be for other swimmers warming up and some things like that. So you only have to focus on lanes 2 through 7 in this one.
Jimmy, I look to see this race, this heat. The race is really going to be in the middle between lanes 4 and 5. You have 2 state qualifiers.
You got the walk-up songs, man. This is real deal when you get to this level of swimming. And again, we're paying attention to everyone, but our focus is on, of course, our fastest swimmers. In Libby Wilkinson in lane 4, she qualified with a time of 2 minutes 1.72 seconds. And then Stella Carmouche in lane 5 from Dutchtown at 2 minutes 12.28 seconds. As you mentioned, this is 8 trips, right?
Yeah, 8 lengths of the pool.
And they're off.
In order to swim this race properly, you want to go out pretty fast your first 50, but not waste all your energy in the first 50. And then hold your pace for the remainder of the race.
To give it to you again in lane 2 to 7, it's Glover, Brumfield, Wilkinson, Carmouche, Delafos, and Prey in lane 7. And just as we expected, it's kind of a neck-and-neck race between Wilkinson and Carmouche. Wilkinson in 4 from Santa Ma, Carmouche in 5 from Dutchtown.
Looks like Libby's taking the first control of this race out ahead early on, with Stella a close second.
In swimming, I mean, 10 seconds, that's a pretty big amount of time, isn't it?
It is a good amount of time. Yeah, for those out there, just to give you a point of reference, it's almost a pool length, maybe not quite a pool length.
And it looks to me like Libby Wilkinson is starting to pull away a little bit from Stella.
Halfway through the race, 4 lengths to go. Libby has good pace going. Both Libby and Stella have a good pace going.
And there's something that I've noticed is that once this race is over, they don't waste any time to get the next race going, right?
And what's really important is after these ladies are done swimming their event, they'll get in one of these outside lanes and warm down because they have another event and more relays to go.
Wow.
So they're not done.
Final lap begun by Libby Wilkinson as she makes the turn. Carmouche makes the turn now as well. Again, you see a great shot right there of Libby Wilkinson. Great work from our camera crew here this afternoon. Again, this is the Ascension Paris Swim Meet, the second annual Ascension Paris Swim Meet on Rev Sports, and we're so glad that we're able to bring this to you on an October afternoon. And it will be Libby Wilkinson to the wall. She will win this one. We don't have a time just yet, but it was a well-swum race. Second place, Stella Carmouche. She'll follow it up in lane 5.
So in the individual events, Jimmy, a little bit different than the relays. They count half the points as relays, and they score it first through 16th place.
Oh, wow.
If there are 16 swimmers. So each swimmer that swam in the first two, in these 2 heats here, they're going to score points for their school.
For their team, right. In third place was lane 2, Julia Glover, followed by Mariana Brumfield in lane 3. And it's going to be a close finish for 4, and I think it goes to lane 7, Gracie Prey. It was very close. So there's a bank of timers here.
That's correct.
It's sometimes you'll have electronic timing, but today we have a bank of of timers that make sure that they average it out, I suppose.
That's right. So since there is, as you mentioned, Jimmy, there's no electronic timing, so manual timing by these volunteers is very important for the success of this meet.
So it's the men's Open 200 freestyle. Heat number 1. We'll start it off in lane 2 with Victor Zarang from East Ascension. Kellen Dupont in lane 4. He qualified with 2 minutes and 55 seconds. And then Miles Bates in lane 5 qualified with a time of 3 minutes, 1 second even. So it's 3 swimmers here. They will, as you mentioned, they will score points for their team. And this is a collective meet, just like a track meet or anything else, where it's the tally of all the points at the end of the meet.
Every single point's going to count,
right,
for sure.
Right. What was it like swimming for LSU, swimming in the SEC? I mean, it had to have been a special experience.
Oh, it's just like in football. It's very, very competitive. It's one of the strongest swimming conferences even today. You have multiple conference swimmers that make the Olympic teams for various countries. A lot of work goes into training and a lot of your time socially. You
better be committed.
You have to be committed. That's true. So it looks like these guys are all real close together. They took it out about the same pace. We're at the halfway mark.
With a slight advantage is Kellen Dupont in lane 4, and really it looks like Victor Zarang and Miles Bates in 3 and 5 are pretty much neck and neck.
Yep, it looks like second and third in this heat is going to be where the race is going to be.
How about body type, body style? I mean, we always think about, lean and long for swimmers, but, we see all body types here today. And it's great to see, not just your prototypical swimmers out here competing.
You are correct, Jimmy. There is no real specific body type. A lot of it comes from desire and where they are in their training, but a lot of the really top-notch swimmers are going to have that lean body.
Are we going to see another Michael Phelps anytime soon?
I don't think you're going to probably see the equivalent in some of the events, but you're not going to see maybe the medal count. Now, I will say there is a gentleman from France, Marchand, who swims for Arizona State. He may get very close to Phelps.
To the wall in lane 5 is Miles Bates, and he comes in first. So he had a strong second half of that race.
That's right. So there are obviously different strategies for swimming this race. Some people back the last half of the race. Others obviously like to take it out.
So it was Miles Bates coming in first, followed by Kellen Dupont, and then Victor Zarang in lane 3. Now let's take a look at Heat 2. We'll go second. Lane 2 will be Mateo Alvarez from East Ascension. In lane 3, James Carlisle from Dutchtown. Matthew Okonski will be in lane 4 with a qualifying time of 1:47.03. Evan Ard will be in lane 5 from Ascension Catholic. And Ian Percy will be in lane 6. So Alvarez, Carlisle, Okonski, Ard, and Percy. And here we go. Got to talk about Matthew.
Yeah, so the race really is going to be for second and third in this heat. You have 2 state qualifiers in this heat. Matthew, of course, is qualified for state. And then Evan qualified for state in his division. State meets divided up into 4 divisions. Dutchtown, EA, and Santa Ma are in Division 1 with Ascension Catholic, and they're in the 4th division.
And it is important to note, just as you kind of don't realize it sometimes, but these schools are different size schools.
That's correct.
East Ascension, Dutchtown, Santa Ma, bigger schools obviously than Ascension Catholic and Ascension
So
Christian.
I have to correct myself. It's actually Ascension Christian. So I apologize for all the Ascension Christian folks out there. I've been saying Ascension Catholic.
I'm going to have to be honest. We have two acronyms of ACHS. We'll have to figure out which one's Ascension Christian and which one's Ascension Catholic. Good race being swum so far by Matthew Okonski. How much were you able to guide him as a young swimmer? I mean, you had to have been a major influence on his swimming career.
Jimmy, I try to just encourage him and let him find his own path. I try not to be that helicopter parent, so to speak. If he asks for my advice, I'll give it to him, or if I feel like he's down on himself, I just try to be real positive with him. But he's finding his way through swimming definitely now.
So he's come to it not just because of you and your guidance, but because he wanted to be a swimmer, and that's really awesome.
That's correct.
It's really awesome.
In order to be successful, you got to want it. Your parent, as a parent, you can't do it for him. So we got a close race here. It looks like for second and third place here between Dutchtown.
Well, Matthew finished up nicely. And it's going to be Evan Ard in lane 5 in second place. And in third will be James Carlisle. Evan is from Ascension Christian, not Ascension Catholic. I need to make sure I clarify that. So a nicely run or swum race for all these swimmers. So Ascension Catholic only has 2 swimmers here. Evie Landry and Austin Landry. I presume they're brother and sister.
Those are state qualifiers from that school.
Gotcha. So again, well swum race by Matthew Okonski in first, Evan Ard in second, James Carlisle in third. All right. Now we move to the Women's Open 200 individual medley. This is where they swim all 4 strokes.
All 4 strokes, and you really get pushed because you're having to switch muscle groups. Swim, it's a 200 again, controlled sprint. And this will be an interesting race. I look to see, Emmy. She's seated first. She's more than likely going to take first. The race for second and third will be in lanes 3 and 5.
We have runners to the mark. Swimmers to the mark. And we'll give them to you here. We only have one heat of this one. It's going to be Hadley Mock in lane 2. In lane 3, Grayson Calfo. In lane 4, Emmy Wilkinson, as you mentioned just a second ago, from Sandoval. Evie Landry from Ascension Catholic in lane 5, and Jules Haddon in lane 6 from Sandoval.
And you got 3 swimmers in this heat, Jimmy, that have qualified for state meet. So it's going to be a competitive race, at least for the top 3 or 4 finishes here, for sure.
They all have to swim their strokes in their same order, correct?
Right, it has to be, it's 2 lengths of butterfly,
okay.
2 lengths of backstroke, 2 lengths of breaststroke, 2 lengths of freestyle. Important things to remember in this race, obviously, is 2 hand touches on the wall with butterfly and breaststroke. Backstroke on your flip turn, you can only have one arm and you can turn onto your stomach to make a turn. And then freestyle is freestyle. That's you bring it home with the freestyle.
Emmy Wilkinson making the turn. Now she's into butterfly. Check that breaststroke.
Yeah, Emmy's looking real strong here. Has got a nice, comfortable lead.
That's Emmy Wilkinson right there. You see her making the turn. But she really does have a commanding lead at this point.
But we got a nice little race here.
Yeah, you do.
Between
Evie Landry and Grayson.
That's right. They're almost neck and neck. It's going to come down to who wants it most in that freestyle.
And it looks like it will be Calfo making the turn first, as she is in her freestyle, and they're going to sprint it to the finish line. Emmy Wilkinson just kind of smoothing it out there.
She has a very commanding lead of this race. She's going to come in comfortably.
Emmy Wilkinson will touch the wall and will win the heat and the race, and now it's a battle. Grayson Calfo looks like she is going to win by a couple of lengths, and she does. Not win, but she comes in second. When I say win, she was over Evie Landry, who was in lane 5. So it goes Emmy Wilkinson, followed by Grayson Calfo and Evie Landry. And then Jules Haddon and Hadley Muck. This is the results from the mixed open medley, the 200 medley relay. We had Dutchtown followed by Santa Ma, and then Dutchtown Relay B. So Dutchtown Relay A followed by Santa Ma. In the women's open 200 freestyle, we had Santa Ma, Libby Wilkinson, followed by Stella Carmouche and Addison Rochester, 1, 2, and 3. 10 seconds was the differential between 1 and 2 in that race. This will be our one and only heat of the men's open 200 individual medley. In lane 2 is Hayden O'Day. Lane 3, Ethan Bernard. In lane 4, Sean Baudouin. We've already seen him once today. In lane 5 will be Gibson Patalo. And in lane 6, Matthew Michelli.
Again, you're going to see the race in the middle of the pool. Both Sean and Gibson have qualified for state meet. You're going to see in this race too, Jimmy, you know, each swimmer has certain strengths and weaknesses from their stroke. So one swimmer might take the lead for a while, and then the other swimmer, when their stronger stroke comes along, they may pull on the lead there. So as you can see, both Gibson and Sean are battling at it right now for first and second place.
Well, they qualified just about 2.5 seconds behind each other. Sean was at 2:12.87, and Gibson was right at 2:15.09. So they're pretty close, and like you said, they are stroke for stroke, neck and neck.
That's right, and it also depends when they get these times. It depends on where they are in their training, how healthy they are, and those kind of things.
Making the turn first and touching the wall is Sean Baudouin. Baudouin into the breaststroke. And it looks to me, and I have a different angle, but Sean Gibson Patalo is kind of taking a little bit of an advantage.
And knowing something a little bit about both of these swimmers is they both have a great freestyle. So it's going to be real interesting to see how this last 50 goes with their freestyle. It's going to be close, I believe. It's going to come down to who wants it more.
My question is who's going to touch the wall here first, just to see who's going to make the turn. It looks like it's going to be Baudouin making the turn, but by, a tenth of a second.
They're really going after it.
And this is what we expected in these races. Head-to-head matches that we're seeing unfold right in front of us.
Here we go.
This is it. Sprint to the finish.
Last 25 yards. Get that big kick going.
Oh, it's close. It's really close. Making a strong push to the wall.
I believe Sean from Santa Ma just touched out Gibson.
Wow.
Really close race.
Man, that's where you like that electric time.
That's right.
If we just had that underwater camera we were planning on installing this week, we just didn't get a chance to.
My guess is it probably came down to a few tenths for that end of that race.
What a race. Sean Baudouin, Gibson Patalo battling it out right on through. Tremendous effort. And we'll get to the results, the official results, in just a bit. So that'll do it for the men's open 200 individual medley. Now we have the real sprint, the women's open 50 free.
This is the event that everybody loves to watch. It's the fastest event. It's just like in track.
Here are your lane assignments. Maria Rivas Gomez will be in lane 3 from Santa Ma. Lily Melanson in lane 4 from EA. Also from EA, Mikkel Cole, and Gabrielle Pullins in lane 6, all from East Ascension.
And Jimmy, just with the 50 free, it's as fast and as hard as you can go. And really, if you want to do a good 50, you try not to breathe a lot. It's all in the start and
right.
the turn and the finish.
To the line and to the wall. Our goggles came down, and lane 4 was Mikel Cole. Congratulations to her. Let's quickly go over and throw it to Jolie Hartman. Jolie.
All right, well, I'm standing next to Dutchtown swimmer
Matthew Okonski.
And Matthew, what do you do, what kind of meets do you do swimming?
Well, I kind of participate in all the high school meets and all the club meets that I can. So.
And last year you went to state, and this year, what would you like to accomplish?
I would like to try to win state this year, since I placed top 3 last year. So, just trying to look for some improvement.
Well, great job already today, and good luck for the rest of your meets, and good luck at state this year. Congratulations, and back to y'all.
Phenomenal job. Thank you, Jolie. You don't often have a sideline or a poolside reporter and things like this. We really appreciate all the hard work. Here we go in heat 2 of 4. Giselle Evans in lane 2. Marley Vincent in lane 3. Emery Gebauer in lane 4. Emma Horn in lane 5. Abby Hughes in lane 6. And Camille Sigler in lane 7. Emery. It's going to be lane 4, Emery Gebauer. I apologize if I have mispronounced that name, but.
And so, Jimmy, as you can see, we're getting a little bit faster each heat. We have 4 heats. These last 2 heats, heats 3 and 4, you're going to see the fastest swimmers in this event, with heat 4 being obviously the fastest.
So we're going to go quickly to heat 3. In lane 2, Zoe Schultz from Santa Maria. Lane 3, Sophia Hayden from East Ascension. Kendall Fontenot in lane 4. Kylie Punch from Dutchtown in 5. Amelia Crittenden from Dutchtown in 6. And Magdalene Stevens in lane 7. So we're going to keep a close eye on Fontenot and Punch in lane 4 and 5. Fontenot qualified with a time of 31.1 seconds. Punch with a 34.53 second time.
So we also have someone way over in lane 2, Outside Smoke.
Boy, she is coming on
Outside
strong.
Smoke.
Zoe Schultz. It's going to be close. It's not going to be by much, but it will be a strong push to the wall for 4 in Kendall Fontenot, followed by Zoe Schultz in 2. Barely inching her out is Kendall Fontenot.
Great swims by the Santa Maria swimmers. They really were very aggressive on that 50 free.
Oh, well, I can't wait to see the time, because Zoe Schultz in lane 2 qualified with a 35.45 time. And she definitely swam hard. Heat 4 now. This will be the 4th of 4. Generva Andalfo in 2. Avery Garaci in lane 3. In lane 4, with the best qualifying time, is Leah Osendorf.
And again, Jimmy, you got 3 swimmers in this heat that have qualified for state already. It should be an exciting race.
In lane 5 will be Victoria Murphy. In lane 6 from Ascension Catholic, Evie Landry. And in lane 7, Sarah Jane Edmonston from Santa Maria. Leah Ostendorf qualified with a time of 27.13. That's pretty quick.
So it's always really important when you come off that wall not to take that breath. You can see how she got out quick off that wall. Should have no issue finishing first.
Leah first, followed by Victoria Murphy from Ascension Christian. Very close, both, but a great race. And it definitely goes to Santa Maria's Leah Ostendorf.
And I believe Eva Landry might have touched in at second there.
Oh,
might have touched. It's kind of hard to tell with no electronic timing.
Had my eyes trained on 4 and 5. Here we go. This will be Heat 1 of the Men's Open 50 free. We start off with Hunter Bottoms from East Ascension in lane 2, John Earl from EA in lane 3, In lane 4 will be Levi Brignac from Ascension Christian. Elijah Carrillo from East Ascension in 5, and Jesus Castro in lane 6 from Sanama, and they're off and running or swimming.
It all means the same.
Hey, you know what I'm getting at. They're racing is what I'm trying to say and convey. Sometimes not as eloquently as I would like.
So as you can see, whoever has the best turn here is really it's gonna be a positive thing for them to win this heat. They're all pretty close.
It appears that our lane 3, John Earl, has the lead. But again, we're in a weird angle, so we can't really see who's going to touch the wall, but it does look like Earl will touch the wall first.
You have lane 3, lane 4 was second.
Levi Brignac.
And then I believe maybe lane 6, Jesus Castro was third.
That is our unofficial scoring. We will get our official times in just a bit. Now we have heat number 2 of 4 heats. So in lane 2, we have Vincent Geter. In lane 3 will be Braden Holloway from Sanama. Leighton Corinth in lane 4 from EA. Aiden White from Dutchtown in 5. Mateo Alvarez in lane 6 from EA. And Attilas Pierce from Dutchtown in lane 7. I'm going to say Atlas, not Attilas. Atlas. I bet it's Atlas. See? Third time's the charm, Coach.
So you can see here, lanes 4 and 5 are grouped very close together, and 3 and 6 are not very far behind. So again, this turn's going to be mighty important coming off this 50 free here.
Just 14 100ths of a second deciding the lane 4 and lane 5.
So it looks like lane 4, Leighton has a commanding lead.
Got it. Leighton to the wall.
Then you had Braden Holloway, followed by Aiden White for third place in that heat.
Well done, gentlemen. So we will hit lane heat 3 of 4 now. Pardon me. In lane 2, we have Ender Landry from Dutchtown. Also from Dutchtown, Lucian Carmouche in lane 3. Ethan Bernard from Ascension Christian in lane 4. In lane 5 from Dutchtown is Logan Levert. In lane 6, Jaden Pittman from EA. And in 7, Peyton Mock from Ascension Christian.
Just a little tidbit here. Lucian Carmouche, the brother of Stella Carmouche, who finished second in the 200 free.
There definitely seems to be a lot of families, which is neat. It's really cool. You have brothers and sisters and brothers and sisters swimming together. It's going to be close. In lane 4, it appears that it's going to be Ethan Bernard.
And you had Lucian Carmouche finish second in that heat. So here we're going to have the fastest heat, the final heat, heat 4.
This is heat 4.
From Sanama in lane 2 will be Benjamin Poche. In lane 3 from Sanama, Dakota Jarrow. In lane 4 with a qualifying time of 23.8 from Dutchtown is Everett Board. Cade Kleinpeter in 5, also from Dutchtown with a qualifying time of 24.3. David Murphy from EA in 6, and Rush Richardson from Sanama in 7.
You got both Dutchtown swimmers, Everett and Cade. This is where the race should probably take place. Everett's already qualified for state, and Cade is very close to qualifying state, so this meet is very important.
To qualify, it's not about winning or losing, it's about a certain time, correct?
That's right. They got to meet a time standard.
It looks like it's going to be Everett Board in lane 4. It was a close one for second place between Dakota Jarrow and Cade Klein.
I believe Cade got second with Dakota placing third.
All right, we are moving right along in this one, folks. They're not wasting much time as we head to the women 100 butterfly. our first heat of one, heat 1 of 1. Gracie Prey in lane 2 from Sanama. Gabrielle Diaz in lane 3 from Dutchtown. Emmy Wilkinson in 4 from Sanama. Stella Carmouche. Well, we will have a quick break. We'll come back and give you the rest of this heat, but they're going to take a quick break. And we will take a break as well in just a second, but we were going to catch up on some of the official
results.
Official results, yeah. But the early part of this meet, I guess we're going to do it in thirds. This is the first third. It's been well run, well raced, well swum meet. Here we go. We've got the official mixed medley 200 relay. In first was Dutchtown Relay A with a time of 1:57.31, followed by Sanama, and in third was Dutchtown Relay B with a time of 2:03.64. Women's 200 freestyle. In first place was Libby Wilkinson. She swam a great race from Sanama, 2:08.72. Stella Carmouche in second, and Addison Rochester in third. Men's 200 freestyle. Matthew Okonski is first with a time of 1:48.59. Ethan Ard was in second, and James Carlisle was in third. Great race by Matthew that time. I think he was about a second off his qualifying time. Does that matter?
Not right now.
Okay.
And to be honest, he will not be swimming that event.
The women's open 200 individual medley. Emmy Wilkinson coming away with another victory. Gracie Calfo from Dutchtown was in second. Evie Landry in third. And we're headed over to Jolie. Go ahead, Jolie.
And welcome back. We're right here on the side of the pool during their break. And here we are with two Sanama swimmers, and they are
Ava Ostendorf, Leah Ostendorf.
And they're going to tell you a little bit about their swimming history.
I've been swimming since I was 4, so probably about 12 years.
And what's one of your favorite meets that you do?
It's probably the Ascension meet. It's really fun. I love it.
And what about you, Leah?
I've been swimming for about 10 years.
And what's your favorite meet?
Favorite meet? Any meet, really. All of them are really fun.
Just any time that you get to swim, huh, Leah?
Yeah.
All right. And what are y'all looking forward to for the rest of this year?
I'm looking forward to really just improving on my 100 breaststroke, trying to get that time down to a 106. I think I can do it.
Oh, I absolutely think you can do it. And what about you, Leah?
What was the question?
What are you looking forward to for the rest of the season? Any kind of meet or going to state? What you think?
Just improving it any way I can and watching the team grow and thrive and really get into it in the rest of the season.
That's awesome. And from one Gator to another, what's your favorite thing about being a Gator swimmer?
Just probably the environment, like getting to cheer people on, and like it's just a really close-knit group, and it's really like exciting to be a part of it.
That's awesome. And Leah, what is your favorite thing about being a Gator swimmer?
Everything really, just the adrenaline before you get up on the block and watching people swim, getting to cheer for everyone you love. It's really awesome.
Well, congratulations, girl, on such a great season thus far, and good luck in state. And back to y'all, Jimmy and Peter.
Jolie Hartman, again, bringing it from poolside. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of the Ascension Parish Swim Meet from Jambalaya Park in Gonzales.
Rev Business started small in 1935. We built our reputation by providing hometown service with Louisiana hustle. For nearly 90 years, we've expanded across our great state, through the swamps and across the Mississippi, bringing fiber optics from the capital to the North Shore, all to connect your business with the world. Rev is about big business technology with small business personal service.
For a limited time, get up to $300 off business services. Call or visit us today at letsrev.biz.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Looking for an extraordinary education opportunity? Introducing Ascension Public Schools Early College Option Program. Experience the best of both worlds as high schools seamlessly blend with college coursework in a rigorous yet supportive program. Earn your high school diploma and an associate's degree in biological science or humanities in less time. Get acclimated to college coursework and expectations, giving you a 2-year head start on your peers. In fact, 86% of early college option students earn both a high school diploma and associate's degree from River Parishes Community College at the same time. And ECO students achieve an average ACT score of 24. You can enjoy a smaller learning environment that fosters collaborative learning, yet stay connected to your home high school through clubs, organizations, and sports. And here's the best part. Students pay no tuition or textbook cost. Ascension Public Schools Early College Option Program, where your future begins today. Enroll for next year and seize the opportunity of a lifetime.
Not only do we have an important swim meet going on this week, the football game is happening. When I say the football game, I mean the football game. It's the Santa Maria Gators and the East Ascension Spartans live Friday night on Rev Sports 1. You don't want to miss it, of course. If you don't see it live, you can see it on Rev Sports 1 YouTube. You can catch it on Rev during the weekend on replays. And also something new is the tailgate show. Starting at 6 o'clock on Rev Sports 1, tailgate show getting ready for the big game on Friday night. So 6 o'clock tailgate show leading right into the game, Santa Maria and East Ascension. I've done a few games of each of those teams, and it's going to be a battle royale. Both these teams are neck and neck going into the overall who's leading the series. They're just one game apart. So it is going to be something to watch. So glad that we will have that on Rev Sports 1. A few other things to take a look at as we get back into swimming. Capital City Swim League, this is how we mentioned the clusters. It's different, at least for me, and from all the other sports, because you do have different clusters. Like in Cluster 1, it's Catholic High and St. Joseph's. In Cluster 2, it's Baton Rouge High, your alma mater, Bruley, Woodlawn, and Riverside. So how does it break down? Is it 5A, 4A, or does it just matters?
To be honest with you, I really don't know. I don't
think anybody.
I think they just try to make it even, so they have even amount of kids at these meets, and then each weekend you have a different cluster, and so kids get different experiences competing against different levels of kids. And you have, what I love is you have the private with the public school mix, so everybody gets a little taste of everything with that format.
This is going to be a kind of a weird question, but it was really windy here earlier. Mm-hmm. Now, in track, you can have wind-aided times and things like that. Does the wind affect you in the water? I mean, it's perfectly flat now. I mean, I wish I was skiing right now.
No, it doesn't. There's really no effect on it.
I didn't really think so. I just thought about it as the waves kind of calmed down and the wind stopped blowing, if it mattered a bit.
So Jimmy, I got to ask you, on that earlier promo there, are you willing to stick your neck out on who's going to win that game between EA and Santa Maria?
Not on your life. Come
on, let's give the audience a little taste. I don't know. You may have something happen to your yard tonight if you pick somebody.
Yeah, well, luckily, I think I'm going to go. Oh man, I've seen East Ascension a couple of times, and I've only seen Santa Maria once. I'm going to say it's going to be EA by a touchdown. Ooh. What about you?
I don't have an opinion.
Oh, look at that. My goodness.
Now,
put me on the spot. Hang me out to dry.
I'll just say I think Santa Maria's going to win because I just know more people from that school than I do EA. That's where a lot more friends go to school. So
bottom line, it's going to be a great football game with a great atmosphere, one of the best atmospheres in the entire state when you get these two schools together, which is such a great thing that they can still annually do it. I mean, so many things breaking down differently and going to different districts and all this stuff. It's just important that game, of all games, stays intact.
You don't want to see that game going away.
No. And with the pregame show now that we have, it's going to be magnificent. All right, where are we now? That's the question.
I believe we're on the women's 100 butterfly.
Yes, sir. All right, we're going to start off lane 2, Gracie Prey from Santa Maria. Gabrielle Diaz in lane 3 from Dutchtown. From Santa Maria, Emmy Wilkinson. We've already seen her a few times today. In lane 4. In lane 5 will be Stella Carmouche. Also, we've seen her. Excuse me. Malia Delafos from Santa Maria and Isabel Hernandez from Santa Maria in lane 7.
So, Jimmy, I expect to see it's almost going to be kind of like a replay of the 200 free. You're going to have Emmy Wilkinson in lane 4. I would expect her to take this race and win this with Stella following up in second place.
Well, they're off, and this will be four trips up and down.
Yeah, 4 lengths of the pool, all butterfly. Well, it's really important here. It's one of these strokes where you do an open turn, and you must touch the wall with 2 hands. Anything different than that, you face possible disqualification.
Emmy Wilkinson qualified with a 1:02.21 qualifying time. She's got about a half a body length lead. She's on her 3rd trip down the pool.
And you got Stella that's just right at her feet. Maybe can make some ground up on this last 25 possibly. But it looks like Emmy has a commanding lead of this race.
Emmy Wilkinson from Santa Maria. This will be our only heat of this race, the 100 butterfly. And it will be Emmy Wilkinson coming away with the crown, followed by Stella Carmouche.
You know, Jay, I believe Emmy's having a really good meet here. She's won both of her individual events and will be one of those integral members on one of the relays that she swims.
Gabrielle Diaz will be in 3rd. And it looks like Gracie Prey will come in 4th. Congratulations to those swimmers. Here we go for the men's 100 butterfly. We've got Micah Bergeron in 3 from Ascension Catholic. Matthew Okonski from Dutchtown in lane 4. In lane 5, Dakota Jarrow. And in lane 6, Brody Cliff. Matthews qualified a full 10 seconds ahead of the other swimmers. At 51.56.
Expecting a good race out of lane 4.
I'm noticing different swim outfits. I know there was some, I don't know if it's controversy was the right word, but several years ago about the shark skin and all that stuff in the Olympic quite. Does it matter at this level? I mean, these guys are swimming in shorts or smaller type, Speedo type.
So in high school swimming, you must wear the prescribed type of swimsuit. You have some kids that swim with the smaller swimsuits, the Speedo, where you have the other ones more in swim shorts. It doesn't matter. It's preference right now. But, Jimmy, when they get to the more important meet, like city meet and state meet, they're going to wear one of those tech suits that is approved by U.S. Swimming. So it's what you see in the Olympics and nationals and international meets. Those tech suits help repel water off that swimsuit to help them be more aerodynamic in the water and make them a little bit faster.
I tell you, Matthew and Dakota were pretty neck and neck at the first turn, but then Matthew just exploded to a big lead. And he wins the race handily. In fact, at least maybe a whole pool length difference. Congratulations to Matthew Okonski. Coming in second is Dakota Jarrow, followed by Micah Bergeron. So Matthews 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 2 for 2.
He's won both of his individual events and his relay. So
does he have one more race to go at a relay?
He's got one more relay to go.
All right, let's take a look at the women's 100 freestyle. In heat number 1, we have Gabrielle Pullins in lane 3. In lane 4 will be Mikal Cole from East Ascension. And in lane 5 will be Maria Rivas Gomez from Santa Maria.
Again, the 100 freestyle is just a little bit different. It's that in between that 50 freestyle and that 200 freestyle. it's an all-out sprint. You just don't want to go out you don't want to use your whole effort on that first length of the pool.
Now, does it make a difference if you're swimming in an Olympic-sized pool with a 50-yard length?
It is a huge difference. So United States is a little bit different than the rest of the world. During this time of year, the school year, colleges and high schools, they swim yards.
Okay.
And then when we move into the spring and summer months, Olympic-type events, you're going to swim in a 50-meter pool.
Wow.
So the times are a little bit slower, obviously. So you got to switch gears, switch the mental game, so to speak.
And that is different because, I mean, if you think about a track meet, I mean, 200 meters is 200 meters on any track in the world.
That's right.
That's crazy. It looks like we only have 2 swimmers in this one. In lane 4, Mikel Cole, and in lane 5, Maria Rivas Gomez. And currently, it's a pretty tight battle as they are neck and neck, or goggles for goggles.
It's going to be important on these last 2 links, who is the most fit and who wants it the most to finish this race.
And our camera guys are doing a tremendous job of getting great angles across the board, whether it's from the side of the pool or up high.
Yeah, back to your earlier comment about the different pool links, and just to throw a little something different in it, and even during the wintertime, like in Canada and things, they in other parts of the world, they'll do short course meters, which is 25 meters instead of 25 yards.
Which is still longer than wow.
There's all different levels out there on the world stage with swimming. And so it just depends on what season you're in.
The only constant is water is water.
And water is water. Hopefully it's warm enough to swim in.
All right, another weird question, and it may not make a darn bit of difference. Is a saltwater pool, as most of them, I guess, I don't know if they're most of them going to, but a lot of backyard pools are saltwater pools, compared to chlorine pools, does it make a difference in terms of swimming? That may be something you've never even conceived of.
I've never.
See? The mind of a play-by-play guy goes
never
to
been asked that question, and I've never experienced swimming a competition in a saltwater type pool.
See? We need a study on this.
My guess is it'd probably be not allowed because you're a little bit more buoyant.
Ah, there you go. See, we're learning something. In Heat 2 of this 4-heat race, we have Genevieve Ayestas in lane 2 from Sanamon. Yisel Evans in lane 3. Mackenzie Costanza in lane 4. Adriana Messias in lane 5. And in lane 6, Camille Sigler from Dutchtown.
So moving on to Heat 2, we have a little bit faster sea times in this heat. With a total of, for this event, we have 4 heats. So each heat will get a little quicker with time.
Are the seed times from the previous meet, or could it be from any meet in the season?
So they've only had a couple meets so far this year. The high school season started the weekend after Labor Day.
Okay.
So it's a very short window. They start training and swimming from getting ready for meets in August, with the city championship meet being at the end of October and the state meet being the weekend before Thanksgiving. So very condensed training and meet season for high school swimming.
But you mentioned, too, earlier that a lot of these folks, girls and boys, are swimming competitions all throughout the year. I mean, your son right. Matthew's going to Chicago. Y'all are going to all over the place.
That's right. We're going to Chicago in December, and then later in the spring we're going to Dallas.
It looks like it's going to be Adriana Messias to the wall for the win in this heat, followed by Mackenzie Costanza.
And some of these kids, they train pretty much all year with only maybe about 4 weeks off the entire year.
Wow. Here we go, heat number 3. In lane 2, Savannah MacArthur from Dutchtown. Kelsey Weedell from Dutchtown as well is in lane 3. In lane 4, Zoe Schultz. Lane 5, Morgan Vincent. Lane 6, Julia Glover from Dutchtown. Lillian Williams-Castell is in lane 7, also from the Griffins. The Lady Griffins, I should say. Zoe Schultz qualified with 1:12.34 in lane 4, and in lane 5, Morgan Vincent, the second best qualifying time, at 1:15.05.
So it looks like lanes 3, 4, and 5 are fairly close together, with lanes 4 and 5 starting to break away from the pack.
Boy, just smooth. I mean, when you see a really smooth swimmer, it just looks like they're gliding out there. Really, it's just like a sprinter. When you see them running that 100 meters, it's just beautiful to watch.
And you bring up a good point. I mean, when you see someone swimming smooth like that, they really have a good, efficient stroke. They have good technique. When you have an efficient stroke and good technique, you don't waste as much energy. You can go a little bit harder.
Zoe Schultz swimming strong. She's got about a body length, maybe 2, on her nearest competitor in Morgan Vincent. And it will be Zoe Schultz to the line. A close one for second between Morgan and Julia Glover. I think it was Morgan in lane 5.
I believe you're correct. It looked like lane 5 touched out lane 6.
Now for our fastest heat, our 4 of 4 in the 100 free. In lane 2, Sarah Jane Edmonston. In lane 3 will be Avery Geraci. In lane 4, Libby Wilkinson with a qualifying time of 58.99. In lane 5, Victoria Murphy. In lane 6 will be Kendall Fontenot. And in lane 7, Hadley Mock.
So again, Jimmy, I believe the race will be in the middle of the pool between lanes 4 and 5. You may see, Victoria, she's got an opportunity here. She's only about a second and a half behind the top seed. She improves her time. Maybe she makes a race out of it. Maybe she can pull out a win.
Here we go. And they are in the pool. We haven't talked about the start. We ought to do that as we get going here, too. I mean, there are different techniques and are there different thoughts, schools of thought on how to get into the pool?
So you'll see most of the kids, whether it's high school, college, or even professional swimming. Yes, they do have professional swimming now. They'll do what's called a track start. And you'll see they'll have their foot towards the back of the block. And the key is to get way out there, get a good, strong start, streamline, so you can create that momentum.
So do you want to be in the air as long as you possibly can?
Well, if you can do that. You want to try to get out to the flags if possible.
Wow.
So it looks like Libby's doing really good here. Looks like she's got a commanding lead of this race.
Victoria will follow. Third place will be, I believe, Avery Geraci.
So now it's the men's turn.
Now it's going to be quick, fast and furious.
I will add that both Libby and Victoria from that ladies 100 freestyle had previously qualified for state as well.
Here we go for the first heat of 4 for the 100 free for the men. It's Hunter Bottoms in lane 3, Jesus Castro in 4, Levi Brignac in lane 5. And it does look like lane 3 is scratched, so we don't have Hunter Bottoms. It's Jesus and Levi, 4 and 5. There's that track start you talked about.
That's right.
That was not as smooth as others.
Didn't quite get into the streamlined position there. So as you can see, that creates a lot of resistance when you hit the water there.
You see the arms so much, but the legs are where your power comes from, especially in the water.
Hey, legs, lower body's the biggest muscle group in your body. These kids, when they're training and things like that, they will do things specifically to target the legs and to get those in the best shape possible, because especially towards the end of a race, whether it's a longer distance race or it's a sprint, That's when your legs are really. I'm pushing off of those walls.
And you just got that turn is so important. And we saw it with Matthew. He gained so much ground, if you will, when he made that turn. That's got to be something they just practice over and over and over again.
I mean, if you think about it, you're bringing, as you swim, you're bringing a certain amount of momentum into the wall, and you want to continue that through your turn into the next lap, and keep that momentum and build upon that momentum so you can finish strong at the end of the race.
Well, we've got a good one here as we head to the last 15 yards or so. It's Jesus Castro and Levi Brignac battling back and forth, stroke for stroke.
It's going to be close.
It is going to be a photo finish, but it looks to me that Levi is going to pull it out. He finished with a hard kick to the wall.
Great effort by both swimmers there.
All right, in Heat 2, we have Elijah Corelli, Miles Bates in lane 3, Leighton Corin in lane 4, Victor Zarang in 5, Atlas Pierce in lane 6, and John Earl in lane 7. Sorry to Atlas that I called him Attilas.
Again, it looks like the race should occur in the middle of the pool again between lane 4 and 5. Excellent start in lane 4.
Leighton Corin qualified with a 1:16.21.
As you can, when we were talking about starts and also your turns and things, just in that swim right there that we're watching right now, lane 4 got out because he had a really, really good start.
Look at that great angle. We see our two leaders, and all three are in a good position here. Again, it's Leighton Corin in 4. He makes the turn first, followed by Victor Zarang and Miles Bates. Tell you what, Victor Zarang is making a race out of this.
That's right. If he really brings his legs in the lap number 4, he may maybe be able to make it a little bit closer.
He lost a little bit of time on the turn. Definitely had a better turn by Leighton Corin. And he is extending his lead as Corin from East Ascension. And he is to the line and to the wall. Congratulations to Leighton Corin. Just heard from his coach, Coach Kelly Fruge. He's been working on it, and he's doing well. Coach Fruge is our meet coordinator today, and we appreciate his time and all his help in making this happen today.
You had Miles Bates in lane 3, finished third in that heat. Atlas Pierce, 4th.
Heat 3 of 4 in our 100 free for the men. Logan Herndon in lane 2 from EA. Julian Landry in lane 3. Logan Levert in 4. Ian Piercy in 5. Keelan DuPont in 6. And Ryder Lachelet in 7.
We can see if Ian's going to make a race out of this. He's less than a second slower. We'll see if he can make a race out of this.
I think it's about 18 100ths of a second off the pace. As lean and as some of these guys and girls are, they're in the weight room. They're in the weight room a lot.
Yeah, they're doing strength exercises, a lot of pull-ups, a lot of burpees. Oh, we got an outside smoke going on here in lane 2.
Yeah, Logan Herndon from EA is going to say, y'all talk about 4 and 5 a lot, but what about 2?
Hey, every now and then you get some of these outside swimmers. They've been training hard, and all the work they're putting in is paying off.
Julian Landry's also, I think, just a half ahead in the lead, but we'll see if that holds up. He makes the turn a little bit in the lead, and they're coming down the final stretch.
It's going to be close.
It's between Julian Landry and Levert at the moment. Landry's got a slight advantage. It's going to be close to the wall, and it is Julian Landry in lane 3, barely scraping it out.
Great finish, great race. Way to hold on. used those legs to finish strong and had a very strong touch.
And now our final heat of the men's 100 free. In lane 2, Micah Bergeron. In lane 3, Rush Richardson. In lane 4, Austin Landry. Lane 5, James Carlisle. Lane 6, Benjamin Poche. And in lane 7, Evan Ard. In lane 4, Austin Landry qualified with 52.74 qualifying time. He is miles ahead of the others.
Yeah.
I say miles, that's 7 seconds,
he is
but that's big
definitely the favorite in this race. You do have Micah, Austin, and Evan. They've all qualified for state in their respective divisions. So I expect the rest of the field to be fighting for second and third place.
Well, let's see if it holds true. And they're off, and he does get a beautiful leaping start. He comes out ahead out of the initial dive. Does Austin Landry.
So look at that streamline off that wall beyond the flags. You know, you get when you're sprinting like this, you get a nice little wave of water. So if you can do your turn and get up underneath that wave, you can carry that momentum and speed forward.
Man, if you don't time that turn just right, I mean, just off a little bit, you blow your whole momentum. It really makes a difference. I've just been watching this, and it's a beautiful thing to see from where we are.
Yeah, Austin's looks like he's having a really good race, really in control of this race.
Can't wait to see his time on this. We'll get it eventually. See, our timer's up, and it's going to be easily Austin Landry to the wall for the victory. There's a battle for second. It's going to be James Carlisle, and I believe it was a close one with Evan Ard in lane 7.
Yeah, I believe Evan touched third in that race.
Yep, third for Evan. Good race that time.
All right, so we're switching gears here in a minute.
Uh-oh, more gear switching.
We're going to more of a distance event, more of a pace.
And this is our 500 freestyle. How many? I got to get a calculator on you so I can calculate how many times we're going. 20 laps.
I've been out of school for too long, but
it's 20 lengths of the pool.
That is 20 lengths.
So 10 laps. I keep saying a lap is one. For me, that was a lap once down the pool. But a lap, of course, is down and back. So 20 lengths of the pool. Wow.
That's right.
So we will have a little bit of time. We'll probably hear from Jolie Hartman in just a minute. But here we go. Let's give you the one heat of this for the mixed. So it's mixed 500 free. It could be men or women.
Well, in this particular event, since you can tell as compared to the 50 freestyle and the 100 freestyle, there's not a lot of volunteers for this race. So in order to save time, they've combined both the men and the women in this event. So it moves the meet along a little faster in this case.
In lane 3 will be Kyla Beard. In lane 4, Gibson Patello. And in lane 5, Matthew Michelli. Now, they're not – are they – for the sake of qualifying for state, Kyla is not swimming necessarily against Gibson. They're qualifying their own, but for this meet, the winner is the winner, and they get the points, correct?
Well, no. So, yeah, so the boys will be scored separately from the girls.
Okay, so she's automatically going to get the first place points.
That's correct.
Okay. Gotcha. And so the times on this are qualifying, Kyla's at 7.725. Gibson Patello's at 5:16. He's obviously the best of this heat, and Matthew is in at about 6 minutes 9 seconds.
Right. So, Gibson is already qualified for state meet in this particular event, and I know he has a good shot at making top 16 in this event at state.
The key is going to be keeping track.
That's right. So you see at the end of the pool, you see these individuals with the lap counters. It's to help assist the swimmers so they don't lose count. I can remember many times, especially when I've been training, I don't know what lap I'm on. Sometimes I'll stop early or something like that. So that
would have been me, stopping early.
So that's to ensure that these swimmers keep going and swim the proper number of lengths. And then the last 50, you're going to see
We'll get back to that thought in just a second. We'll throw it over to Jolie right now. Jolie?
I am surrounded by a bunch of Spartan swimmers right here, and we're going to ask them what their name is.
My name's Morgan Vincent.
My name's Jaden Pittman. My name's Alex Giat.
And we're going to ask them a few questions. So what is your favorite event to swim?
I would have to say my favorite event is the 100 freestyle. And oh, I'm sorry, that's it. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
It's probably going to be the free, 50 free, because, I'm pretty fast at it. I'm pretty fast.
You real fast?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with the 100-yard breaststroke.
Very nice. And as a Gator, I'm going to ask you this. What is your favorite thing about being a Spartan?
I just love the spirit of the school. It just makes it the best.
And what about you?
I like EA. Not gonna lie, it's because of the student section. Student section get lit. I ain't gonna lie, I like it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Gator Week. I'm a Gator hater.
Well, that's very nice. So, and we are going to see EA in action soon after this 500 meters right here. And good luck to y'all for the rest of the season. Back to you guys.
Jolie, thanks so much as always. Great job. And we love hearing from our participants and our winners.
Jimmy, one of the great things when these distance events occurs, you get to listen to great music during the event and get to listen to a little Motley Crue for any Crue fans out there. But again, the importance of this race, is setting a good pace. Don't want to go out too fast so you have nothing left at the end of the race. And especially when it's close, having that, getting out just fast enough and then establishing your pace and holding it and then finishing strong. That's what you want to do.
At any level, is this the longest race, or is there longer ones in the college level?
So the longest race is the mile, 1650 yards, or 1,650 yards. That is the longest race. The next longest race is
that's 3 times as long as this race.
Yeah, it's just short of an actual mile.
Right.
But they call it the mile because it's closest. The next longest race is 1,000 yards. And then you have the 500, the 200, the 100, and the 50.
So for our purposes, we're sticking to 500.
Yeah, for high school, they only go up to the 500 free, and there's a lot of people probably thankful for that.
Yeah. Well, it takes a special person to be able to sprint the 50 and a totally different type of swimmer to me to be able to do the 500.
Yep, you do have the rare occasion that you do have people that are very successful no matter what distance they're swimming when they're at the high school level. But when you get more into the college and then even international level, swimmers tend to specialize more. So they may only focus on the really good ones like Michael Phelps or Marshawn or Carson Foster today. They're going to swim a lot more events, but then you have some people that only concentrate on maybe 2 or 3 events.
Right. You mentioned, we talked about Michael Phelps a little bit, but the guy from France. Is there, it shouldn't seem like there would be a specific country where most of your good swimmers would come from. Is that, but it looks like the United States has done very well over the last 15 or 20 years. Has that kind of flipped a little bit?
So the U.S. has been really strong for a number of years, but in this last World Championships, Australia has done really well on the women's side, and they have Australia is also known for long distance swimming, so a lot of their male swimmers are really good distance swimmers, but they do have, not to discount their sprinters, they had sprinters just this past summer at Worlds win sprinting events. So U.S., Australia, Hungary, Russia. It just depends.
Right.
But usually you'll see countries like the U.S. and Australia lead in the medal count.
As we expected, it looks to me that Gibson Pachalo is about to touch the wall for the finish, and he does. So great job for Gibson Pachalo. Again, he was about a minute and a half ahead of others qualifying, so we expected him to be right in there. And then coming in second is Kyla B. No, excuse me, I'm sorry. Pardon me. Everybody was around. They were just cheering. I thought it was timers.
So we have I believe the swimmer from EA.
Yep. Matthew Michelle.
He just finished.
And that makes more sense. I just looked wrong.
We still have, looks like about another 5 lengths for
Kyla Beard, yeah. So coming up after this one will be the 200 freestyle relay. That ought to be exciting.
That is going to be the all-out. Everybody is going to swim as fast as they can. Each get to swim a 50 or 2 lengths of the pool as fast as they can go. And as you would guess, the all-important start and finish and turn will make or break whatever relay wins.
Yeah. Well, you know, everybody is cheering on because it's hard to be by yourself swimming out there. I mean, normally she would be swimming with girls or women that are comparable in time with her. So it's difficult, and you got the whole crowd cheering for her, which is nice to see.
You know, especially with relays, Jimmy, a lot of people are going to think, well, swimming is an individual sport, and that's not totally wrong, but you really get the team side of it with these relays.
Right.
And then especially when it's a close meet and you get a lot of your friends and your family and other swimmers on your team cheering for you, it really enhances that team aspect for swimming. So it can also be a team sport as well.
Kyla finishing it out, and she did. Nope, she's got one more lap to go. She thought she was finished.
She probably wants to be.
She does want to be finished. I want her to be finished for her. So we will have 2 heats of the mixed 200 freestyle relay. We'll have East Ascension in 3, Santa Ma in 4, and Dutchtown in 5. So you'll have an A and a B.
And that's right. And it does not. You must have 2 girls and 2 boys. It does not matter which order you put them in.
Now everybody's on their feet cheering for Kyla Beard. And Kyla is battling it out, and she is doing a phenomenal job. This is a strong kick. As tired as she is, she finishes. The crowd goes wild, as well they should. Congratulations to all 3 swimmers, Beard, Patalo, Michelle. It was Patalo followed by Michelle, and then Kyla Beard. So this is how we'll go for the Relay B, the first heat of the 200 freestyle relay. Logan Herndon will do leg 1 for East Ascension in lane 3. In lane 4 will be Santa Ma's Gracie Prey. And in lane 5, we will have Mariana Brumfield doing leg 1. And it looks to me like we actually have a lane 6. It was not on our, never mind, they've scratched. So it will be starting off Herndon, Prey, and Brumfield to start off the mixed 200 medley, or 200 relay, excuse me. Freestyle. We're all freestyle on this one, no medley.
That's right. Each swimmer swims 2 lengths.
Starters to your blocks.
200-yard freestyle relay. Let's hear you, parents.
Starting to cool off a little bit here. I know the swimmers aren't affected by it, and certainly we aren't, but it's got to be from going from 90 degrees to 80. It makes a difference when you're coming out of the pool.
So you'll notice here, Jimmy, interesting strategy by these teams. You have Dutchtown, Santa Ma, and I can't see the other Ascension Catholic. They all started their girls first, where EA started their boys. Just so interesting strategy to try to get ahead and see if the relays can make up that distance.
So we do have Ascension Catholic in lane 6. I don't have their names. And they are first out the block, followed by Lucian Carmouche in leg 2 in lane 2. Check that. Lily Melanson. So in the second leg, we've got Lily Melanson in lane 3. In lane 4 is Amelia Delafosse. In lane 5 is Lucian Carmouche. And then we have our swimmers.
We got Dutchtown made up some ground on that leg.
First in the pool is Ascension Catholic. So our third legs are from lane 3, Michael Cole, Keelan DuPont from in lane 4. In lane 5 is Magdalene Stevens. And in lane 6, ACHS.
So here you have Dutchtown. They've pulled ahead to the last and final leg.
It'll be Ryder Lachele into the pool first for the final leg. Oh, Ascension Catholic was very close. And then Logan Levert also in the pool. In lane 3, it will be Leighton Corinth last to enter the pool.
Here we are, the last leg of this relay.
Coming in strong in lane 4, Ryder Lachele.
He's really going for it.
That was Logan Levert. Sorry about that. Logan Levert finishes out for Dutchtown.
All right, so we got Heat 2 coming up here.
Great job, gentlemen.
All right.
And ladies. Step out of the pool, please.
In lane 3, Evan Ard will swim the first leg. Lane 4, Santa Ma's Emily Wilkinson. Lane 5, Dutchtown's James Carlisle. And in lane 6, we have Jaden Pittman. Oh, now we're going Gangnam Style. All right.
And Santa Ma's going to be the favorite for this relay.
Their team consists of Emmy Wilkinson, Kendall Fontenot, Dakota Jarrow, and Rush Richardson.
Okay, your mark.
Again, 3 guys start, 1 girl. Evan Ard's got a pretty good start in lane 3. Currently has the lead, but not by much. Leading over James Carlisle. Into the pool is Hadley Mock, leg 2 in lane 3. Kendall Fontenot's leg is in lane 4. Gabrielle Diaz, lane 5, and in lane 6 is Sophia Hayden.
Usually you'll see, too, on these relays, usually your stronger swimmers will be on the first and last legs with the weaker 2 in the middle. But sometimes, coaches will try something different and stack the first part of the relay and have the first 2 swimmers be the strongest swimmers.
Well, we're neck and neck with Dakota Jarrow in Micah Bergeron in lane 3, and in lane 5, Kelsey Wydell.
I expect Santa Monica to make a big push here on this leg.
Our other third legs, Dakota Jarrow's in lane 4, and in lane 6 is Marley Vincent. Last leg here.
I don't believe anybody's going to catch lane 4.
Rush Richardson is finishing it out strong. In lane 3, Victoria Murphy. In lane 6 is Marley Vincent. Lane 5 is Hayden O'Day. And it's going to be an easy one in lane 4 for Rush Richardson. That's why a relay is so deceptive, and it doesn't really, it doesn't.
Especially when it's a mixed relay.
Right.
So you could tell, Santa Monica saved their faster swimmers towards the end there, it looked like. And the strategy paid off.
That's right.
With the win.
Absolutely. All right. Women's 100 backstroke.
I think that's going to come up after the break.
We got a break. Okay.
The time is now 6:17. We are going to take our second.
They'll take their second 10-minute break, and we will take a break as well. You are watching the best swimming in Ascension Parish. It's the Ascension Parish swim meet right here from Jambalaya Park Swim and Pool in Gonzales. We'll be back right after this on Rev Sports.
Rev Business started small in 1935. We built our reputation by providing hometown service with Louisiana hustle. For nearly 90 years, we've expanded across our great state, through the swamps and across the Mississippi, bringing fiber optics from the capital to the North Shore, all to connect your business with the world. Rev is about big business technology with small business personal service.
For a limited time, get up to $300 off business services. Call or visit us today at letsrev.biz.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, briskets, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Looking for an extraordinary education opportunity? Introducing Ascension Public School's Early College Option Program. Experience the best of both worlds as high school seamlessly blends with college coursework in a rigorous yet supportive program. Earn your high school diploma and an associate's degree in biological science or humanities in less time. Get acclimated to college coursework and expectations, giving you a 2-year head start on your peers. In fact, 86% of early college option students earn both a high school diploma and associate's degree from River Parishes Community College at the same time. And ECO students achieve an average ACT score of 24. You can enjoy a smaller learning environment that fosters collaborative learning, yet stay connected to your home high school through clubs, organizations, and sports. And here's the best part. Students pay no tuition or textbook costs. Ascension Public School's Early College Option Program, where your future begins today. Enroll for next year and seize the opportunity of a lifetime.
Welcome back, everybody, to Rev Sports 1. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, Peter Okonski, and, of course, our hardest-working poolside reporter, Jolie Hartman. And we're in a little bit of a break here. We've broken the meet down into thirds, which is awfully nice to get everybody a little break and a breather. I also want to mention the officials. We've got 2 USA swim officials here from Louisiana, and we just want to appreciate that we can't have a meet without those guys.
Absolutely, and that's one of those thankless jobs.
Right.
You don't get a lot of volunteers normally for that, but you can't have a meet without those officials.
Absolutely, and a lot of sports are suffering from a lack of good officials. We have our seniors being honored.
Miss Kelsey Whitell. Miss Ginevra Iandolfo. And last but not least, Miss Stella Carmouche.
So they honor the seniors. We appreciate their hard work over the last 4 years. We've got other meets coming up, of course, as we have the Capital City Swim League. We'll have a Friday and Saturday meet, October 27th and 28th. That's actually the Capital City Championship. Excuse me.
So the interesting thing about that meet, Jimmy, is with that championship meet, that's a prelims and final meet.
Oh, wow.
So what they do is they will swim Friday, and they will, based off the time, select the top 16, and then they'll come back the next day, and the top 16 will compete again.
And that'll be a Crawfish Aquatic. So if you're looking to see some great swimming, that's a good spot to be for the weekend of last weekend in October.
That's right behind the Renaissance Hotel off of Bluebonnet at the Swagger College campus.
My boys got some good swim lessons there.
Yep, they are a great place to learn how to swim. If any parents want their kids to learn how to swim, that is a great place to. I sent my kids there for swim lessons.
And you know, we're talking about these incredible swimmers here, but swimming as a skill is such an important thing for children, for everybody. You know, we're around water so much, we kind of take it for granted sometimes. But you know, if you don't learn, it can be dangerous.
Every summer you hear about a young child that either drowns in a pool or in a lake, and it's just one of those life skills. And over at Crawfish Aquatics, they'll teach those kids how to get out of the pool on their own, and if they want to get serious and be on a swim team, they can do that too.
Here's what's coming up on October 14th. So just next week, we have a Dutchtown, Ascension Christian, and Ascension Catholic over at Crawfish Aquatics. They'll have warm-ups at 7 a.m. with an 8 a.m. start time. And then October 21st, we'll have another big meet with Sanamaw, also at Crawfish Aquatics, with the same time frame, meet starting at 8:10 to start. So they've still got more coming up. The season's not over yet.
Nope.
And, of course, the state meet, each one of those is an opportunity for these guys and girls to qualify for that state meet coming up in November.
That's right.
All right, let's take a look at some of the official results now, all the way back from the beginning of the meet. We've got in the mixed open 200 medley relay, it was Dutchtown followed by Sanamaw, and then Dutchtown Relay B. For the women's 200 freestyle, we've got Libby Wilkinson came in first, followed by Stella Carmouche and Addison Rochester. We've talked about them a lot today, and rightfully so. For the men's 200 freestyle, we had Matthew Okonski from Dutchtown blowing away the field at 148.59, followed by Evan Ard and James Carlisle. Again, a good race for Matthew on that one. The women's 200 individual medley, Emmy Wilkinson from Sanamaw came in first by 10 seconds. Grayson Calfo from Dutchtown came in second. Evie Landry from Ascension Catholic third. These are official results and official times, so we're finally catching up a little bit. They don't wait around. Men's open 200 individual medley, Sean Baudouin from Sanamaw, followed by Gibson Patalo and Matthew Michelli in third from East Ascension. That was a close one. I remember that was a good one.
0.3 of a second separation.
Women open 50 free. Leah Ostendorf from Sanamaw. This was another close one, 27.59, followed very closely by Evie Landry from Ascension Catholic at 27.78, and Victoria Murphy also close in there from Ascension Christian. Open 50 freestyle for the men. Everett Board, 23.75, followed by Cade Kleinpeter at 24.19, and Dakota Jaro from Sanamaw, 24.53. Again, all right there neck and neck. Women 100 butterfly, Emmy Wilkinson from Sanamaw, followed by Stella Carmouche, and in third place, Gabrielle Diaz. The men's 100 butterfly, Matthew Okonski, again, 11 seconds ahead. Dakota Jaro from Sanamaw in second, and Micah Bergeron from Ascension Christian in third. How does that, we'll talk about that in a second. In women's 100 free, it was Libby Wilkinson from Sanamaw, followed by Victoria Murphy, Ascension Christian, and Avery Garaci from Dutchtown in third place. What I was going to ask is, how does that feel for Matthew's overall times this season?
He's gonna be happy with that, with both of his swims, because we're still early. Most of these kids started training when school started, so they've only been training for maybe 6 weeks. So they're really training hard. Their bodies are breaking down, the muscles are breaking down, and as they progress, especially when they get closer to city and state meet, they're going to pull back a little bit on that training and rest a little bit.
We're going to go to Jolie. Jolie?
All right, well, I'm standing here with Ascension Christian. Tell me your name, please.
Victoria Murphy.
And these are your parents?
Yes.
What are their names?
Samantha and Ryan.
And is Samantha your coach also?
She is.
Yes. So how does that feel to have your mom as a coach?
It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome?
Mm-hmm.
Well, parents, how does it feel to have your daughter be the first, right?
Well, there was an Ascension Christian swimmer. I'm not sure what year it was. It's been a while. So she is the first swimmer in a long time.
Very long time. And as the parent of the first swimmer, how is it also to feel to be the coach and everything else, and kind of see her, be the first one?
Yeah, it's been overwhelming. It's humbling. It's amazing just to be able to see her compete up front. But the kids are great. It's been a great team. We have great parents. They're so supportive. Everything they do with us, they're so supportive. They help me with everything. The school and the administration's been great. So it's been exciting.
Well, congratulations from everything that you've done now and making history, and we just want to wish you good luck for the rest of the season and at state, okay?
Thank you.
All right, well, back to you guys, Peter and Jimmy.
Thank you, Jolie, so much. We appreciate your work on the sideline of the pool here. We've got our women 100 backstroke in lane 3, Marley Vincent, lane 4, Abby Hughes, lane 5, Emma Horn, and in lane 6, Sophia Hayden.
So, Jimmy, the interesting thing about 100 back is you can see all the swimmers have to start in the water versus the other strokes where you get to start out on the block. So it's a little bit difficult start to master. And, again, just like in all the other strokes, especially in 100 or 50, that all-important start can really have pay dividends on the race if you have a good start.
Again, it's Vincent in 3, Hughes in 4, Horn in 5, and Hayden in 6. Currently, Hayden is leading in lane 6, and she makes the turn. Neck and neck in 4 and 5 with Horn and Hughes, followed by Vincent in lane 3.
Very tight race between lanes 4 and 5.
The backstroke seems to be such an, by definition, I guess, it's such an opposite stroke. It just doesn't.
It's just one of those strokes, if you think about it, you're on your back, so how do you stay in a straight line?
I beat the heck out of me. I couldn't swim in a straight line if I had my head out of the water.
And what makes it difficult swimming outdoors, you have the weather, you have maybe sun in your eyes, and you have to find something to mark to kind of keep you in line.
And I hadn't even thought about that part of it. That's interesting.
And then you'll also see some swimmers, they'll wear a nose piece to close their nose so they don't get water up their nose.
All right, we're close. Wow, we've got 3. Oh, great race right there as Sophia Hayden finishes in lane 6, followed by Emma Horn and Abby Hughes in 3rd. So it was lane 6, 5, 4. That's a little different.
It is a little different. Nothing's guaranteed. Just because you're in lane 4 doesn't mean you're guaranteed to win the race.
That's why we race. That's exactly it.
That's right. That's why you play the game.
Yep. All right, here we go. In heat 2 of 3, Mackenzie Costanza in lane 2, Lillian Williams Castell in lane 3. In lane 4, Kylie Punch. In lane 5, Morgan Vincent. Lane 6, Savannah MacArthur. And in lane 7, Adriana Messias.
So you can see they're off. They started, they got to push off from their back. And the other thing that makes it difficult is you're not allowed to put your toes on the edge of the pool. You must start below the surface of the water. So if you don't have that electronic timing, it makes it a little bit more difficult.
Wow.
Very close together, grouped together in this race.
All the way down from lane 3 to lane 5, lane 6. It's Williams Castell, Punch in 4, Vincent in 5, MacArthur in 6.
I have to say the camera guy is really getting a good shot on these races for this meet.
Yeah, we got to hand it to Will and Danny. They've done a phenomenal job.
So it looks like it's going to come down between lanes 5 and 6. This last 25 here.
Morgan Vincent in 5, Savannah MacArthur in 6.
Really good turn from lane 5.
Morgan Vincent qualified with a time of 1:31.68. And she is going to win it. And she does. In second place, Savannah MacArthur In third is going to be lane 3, Lillian Williams-Castell, and Kylie Punch, I think, comes in fourth.
And now for the fastest qualifiers in Heat 3.
This should be a fun one. We'll have lane 2 is Mariana Brumfield from Dutchtown. Also from Dutchtown is Generva Andolfo. In lane 4 is Jules Haddon. Lane 5, Leah Ostendorf. In lane 6, Gabrielle Diaz. And in lane 7, Addison Rochester.
And both Jules and Leah in lanes 4 and 5 have already qualified for state this year. So they're looking to build and improve and get ready for that city championship and that state meet championship.
Now, your qualifying time, I would presume, would seed you in the heat.
Yes, it will.
So, is there ever a strategy once you've qualified not to improve that so you're in a later heat or earlier heat
You
and
want
then
to
blow it out of the water?
The strategy should always be you want to do the best you can.
Agreed.
Because
Agreed.
when you get in these meets, even the more advanced swimmers or the faster swimmers, they can either have a bad meet or be very conservative. And I've seen where top racers don't even make the top 8 because they were too conservative in their preliminary swims.
Right.
So you got to take it seriously each time. So both Jules and Lee are taken out very fast, very close. It's still anybody's race.
You can definitely see an advancement of these swimmers just in their speed and their style.
Yeah, their arm turnover,
Right.
how much kick they got. So it looks like no matter what, Santa Ma's going to finish 1 and 2 in this race. Going to get a lot of points.
Jules and Leah, and it will be Jules to the wall, followed by Leah Ostendorf. In third place will be Ginevra Adolfo from Dutchtown.
So now it's going to be the men's turn.
We only have 2 heats of this one. It's the 100 backstroke for the men. We started off in lane 2 with Logan Herndon, lane 3 Braden Holloway, lane 4 Ryder Latchley, lane 5 Vincent Geeter, and lane, I bet it's Jeter, and lane 6 is Julian Landry.
So it'll be interesting to see in this race. You got a few guys with no time, so we don't really know what to expect from them in this race. But you do have Ryder and Vincent as the top 2 seeds in this race. I'll be curious to see these other competitors with no time to see how they do.
Is it simply a matter of they haven't?
It might not be an event, or they're freshmen and they just haven't had the experience yet.
It looks like we are missing lane 5, Vincent Jeter. So we'll have Herndon, Holloway, Latchley, and Landry in this one. Latchley is slight lead at the moment in lane 4.
So let's see how this turn goes here. So it's still close.
And actually on the outside, Logan Herndon making a move, and now you got 3 across. It's Herndon, Latchley, and Landry. Lanes 2, 4, and 6.
So you can see lane 6 really has good turns, and it's really making the difference in this race right now. Very, very smooth coming in and out of that wall.
It's Julian Landry in lane 6, the guy you're talking about. Lane 4 is Ryder Latchley.
So watch this turn right here.
Great pickup by Will there on the camera.
He's got about a half a body length lead.
Julian Landry trying to take it to the wall. But I think Ryder Latchley might have something to say about it. We'll see. Strong to the wall, and it's lane 6, Julian Landry from Ascension Catholic.
You see, Jimmy, that's one of those no times that won that heat. You just never know sometimes.
Right. All right, heat number 2. Lucian Carmouche will be in lane 2. David Murphy in 3. Sean Baudouin in 4. Cade Klein-Peter in 5. Ender Landry in 6. And Brody Clift in 7.
So, again, I expect in this particular race, I think Sean Baudouin is going to have a really strong hunter back. He's the favorite. You can see by his seat time, he's comfortably seated ahead of everybody else.
5 seconds almost. Three more events following this one. So I got to hand it to them. They have moved this meet along very rapidly.
We got a little Michael Jackson Halloween motif thriller. Getting everybody pumped up before the race.
I know Sean's excited. He seems to be fired up about it. In lane 4.
Maybe we get a little choreography behind the block.
Everybody into the pool here, and we are just about set to rock. Carmouche in 2, Murphy in 3, Baudouin in 4, Klein-Peter in 5, Landry in 6, and Clift in 7. Strong off the wall to start, and boy, you're not kidding. Baudouin's got a commanding lead already.
Well, I will say Cade Klein-Peter had a very good start. His first 25 was really strong. He's staying competitive with Sean.
Well, things have changed on the turn, that's for sure.
That's right.
You are right. Klein-Peter we'll have to actually popping up right there. You saw Klein-Peter and Baudouin. So Klein-Peter's at the bottom of your screen. Baudouin's at the top. Baudouin's taking a slight advantage.
So you're going to see, too, this is when fitness really comes into play this last 25, you know. Sometimes fitness will give a swimmer an edge.
Right here, a good turn that time for Baudouin. Sean Baudouin is going to take it to the wall. A hard kick for Cade Klein-Peter is going to come up just a little bit short. So it's Baudouin, followed by Klein-Peter.
And then you had David Murphy in lane 3 in 3rd place. Great race by all 3 gentlemen.
That was exciting. All right, now it's time for the women's 100 breaststroke. Lane 3 will be Kyla Beard. Lane 4, Dylan Hebert. Lane 5, Amanda Crittenden. And in lane 6, Isabel Hernandez. 2 no times on that one in Kyla and Isabel.
So the interesting thing about breaststroke, Jimmy, is you're going to see when these swimmers get into the water off their start, they're going to stay underwater for a while. They're allowed to do 1 underwater pull and 1 dolphin kick and then a breaststroke kick, and then they're going to pop up.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to swim. And then it's just like butterfly. You got to touch with 2 hands. The nickname for breaststroke is sometimes the frog. But you'll see, especially in the next heat, you're going to see that underwater pull-out really be critical in this race.
We only have 3 swimmers in this one. It's Beard, Hebert, and Crittenden. Crittenden has the lead at the moment. She is in lane 5. You see her going to touch the wall here, and she'll make the turn. That is, now I see what you're saying about the 2 touch on the wall, 2-hand touch on the wall.
That's right, and then you'll see, especially in the next heat as well, the underwaters, how important that is in this race. Because if you think about it, breaststroke is one of those events where most of your body's underwater. A lot more resistance. It can get quite painful towards the end of that race.
I can only imagine.
Not that none of the other races are painful, but basically your head and your shoulders are really the only thing that come out of the water.
Please refrain from any flash photography, especially around the starting area. Thank you.
Crittenden has about a 5-yard lead or so.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to catch her on this on this one.
She had a tooth surgery, and so she's out today, but she's the two-time district champion in this event.
Oh, okay. Wow. So we are missing the two-time district champion from Sanama, Ava Ostendorf. Oh, okay, got
That's
it.
That's right. She just had a little mouth surgery.
Yeah, wow.
On her teeth.
And I believe Jolie talked to her a little bit earlier.
I know she can't wait to get back.
It'll be Crittenden to the line. Congratulations to her. Crittenden, Abear, Beard is your finishing order. All right, for heat number 2 of 2. In lane 2, Magdalene Stevens. In lane 3, Kelsey Waddell. In lane 4, Grayson Calfo. In lane 5, Emery Gabauer. In lane 6, Jordan Hurst. And in lane 7, Lily Melanson.
I would say the theme in this heat, Jimmy, is Dutchtown.
Yeah.
We have 5 Dutchtown swimmers and 1 EA swimmer in this heat.
I think that's it's probably going to be taken.
You don't know.
I didn't say it. That's why you stopped me. I appreciate it. And there you see that long underwater time that you were talking about.
Very important. You talk about building that momentum, and then off the wall, you want to continue that into the next and just continue it on through the race.
Grayson Calfo in lane 4 qualified with a seed time of 1:25.30. About
So I would have to say lane 4 is in control of this race.
Yeah.
No one's going to catch her.
Well, she's got 1 length of the pool left as she makes the turn here. Almost to the turn. Now she's at the wall. She made the turn and headed back. That is great. Grayson Calfo.
Really looking strong.
So again, we're missing the 2-time district champion in this race.
Hey, you got to take those victories when you can get them.
Oh, no question. Nothing against these swimmers here. Calfo for sure. But
it's going to build confidence into the next race. Next time.
And don't forget, we're talking about individual winners. This is a team sport. This is all building to which team has won the meet.
Which team gets the bragging rights.
That's right. Especially in Ascension Parish. So that does it for the women's 100 breaststroke. Now we have the men's 100 breaststroke. Only 1 heat of this one. In lane 2, we have Peyton Mock. In lane 3, Hayden O'Day. In lane 4, Everett Board. In lane 5, Austin Landry. Lane 6, Jaden Pittman. And in lane 7, Aiden White.
Again, Everett being a state qualifier already in this event, he's going to be the favorite.
Everett Board in lane 4 qualified with a time of 1:04.21. 12 seconds better than the next qualifier.
But we'll see how it goes. Let's see if Austin Landry can make a race out of this.
Everett Board in 4, Austin Landry in 5. The 2 top qualifiers for this heat and this race. We only have 1 heat of the men's breast. I'll tell you this, Landry stayed under longer.
But Everett's out really strong. His first 25 is really looking good. Nice pull out. Really building that momentum off of each wall. Got a very comfortable lead. Got Austin coming around in second with Hayden in third. Last 25. No one's going to catch Everett. He's really looking good.
Everett Board from Dutchtown. Crowd fired up, and it will be Everett Board. Board by, I'm not going to say 12 seconds, probably about 5 or 6. And second was Austin Landry. In third, Hayden O'Day. Got a battle for fourth in lane 6. Jaden Pittman trying to pull it out, but we got somebody on 7, Aiden White. It's going to be Pittman taking fourth place. Good race there at the end.
It is. And now for the last event, I believe. It's the last event for the meet.
It is the last event for the meet, and it is going to be the mixed 400 freestyle relay.
Shout out to a few people.
All right, explain this one.
Our 2 officials, Don and Andrew.
Right now they're honoring our meet officials, Andrew Wilkinson.
And Don Webb, right? Yep.
And our biggest shout out goes to Rev for their live feed.
We even got a shout out. How about that? All right, let's see.
So this is 4x100, so everybody's going to swim 4 lengths. Again, 2 boys, 2 girls, doesn't matter which order. It's an all-out sprint 4 lengths, with obviously that first length being a controlled sprint. You don't want to expend all your energy on that first lap.
All right, here we go. We're going to give you the first.
Yeah, obviously Santa Ma is going to be the favorite for this relay. Dutchtown, let's see if Dutchtown can make a race out of it.
Dutchtown in lane 1, Hayden O'Day will start things off. In lane 2, it'll be Emma Horn for Santa Ma. In lane 3, we have Ascension Catholic. I don't have names on them. In lane 4, we have Santa Ma. Leah Ostendorf will lead things off on leg 1. In lane 5 will be Dutchtown. Gibson Patalo will start it off. In lane 6, East Ascension with David Murphy. And I don't have lane 7's names, but it's Ascension Catholic.
So again, the race, according to paper, should come down between Santa Ma and Dutchtown.
Right now it's lane 5, Gibson Patalo to the wall first. Making the turn, he's still got 2 more lengths.
Actually, lane 7.
Oh, good catch. I didn't see him all the way over here.
I think that's Austin Landry that's leading the way for them.
It's going to be lane 7, first to the wall. The next swimmer's in the water. In lane 5, leg 2 is Avery Garaci. I'll give you the swimmers for each leg. Ginevra Adolfo is in lane 1. She's swimming leg 2. Amelia Crittenden in lane 2.
Still looking good in lane 7, looking strong.
So this is the only race where we have lane 1 in play as well.
You can see the field is starting to catch up to Dutchtown.
Crowd is on their feet for sure for this one.
Right now it's between Santa Ma, Ascension Catholic, Ascension Christian. Got Stella Carmouche that just popped in for Dutchtown.
We're on the third leg.
So again, typically what the strategy here is with this relay, you put one of your stronger swimmers at the beginning and one at the end. But with the mixed relay, it's out the window sometimes.
Right.
And one of the advantages too with relays is on your start, you get to move forward almost like a running start. So you get to build a little momentum than when you do a flat start when it's just a regular individual event.
We've got the final legs into the water for some. Russ Richardson in lane 4. Lane 5, Matthew Okonski. Lane 6 is Adrian Messias. Lane 2 is Miles Bates, and lane 1, Cade Kleinpeter. So it's going to come down to Okonski and Richardson, huh?
We'll see if he can reel them in. It'll go down to the last 25.
Boy, they're swimming hard, and Matthew's making a big, strong push.
This is the last link.
This is it, and it's going to come down to the wire. Matthew Okonski to the wall, got it. Proud dad over here, I can tell you that. It was a great race by Russ Richardson as well. A great race by everybody, and it's been a phenomenal afternoon of swimming here.
Absolutely. And looking ahead, these kids have a couple more opportunities to either improve upon their performances tonight, maybe have some opportunities looking ahead. If they haven't qualified for state, they can have a chance to qualify for state.
Yeah, all of these teams have meets coming up in the next 2 weeks over at Crawfish Aquatics, either October 14th or October 21st. Then the city meet. So you've got the Capital City Swim League Championship meet qualifiers, the prelims, Friday and Saturday, October 27th and 28th. Crawfish Aquatics, prelims on Friday, the finals on Saturday.
And if anybody wants to make that drive over to Sulphur, Louisiana, the week of November, I think it's November 18th and 19th. Depending on what division you're in, you can see November 15th through 18th. Those are prelims and finals, so there'll be 2 sessions for each division.
It's a really cool facility. I called that meet a few times. It's a good one. And don't forget, everybody, the big football game coming up on Friday. Gators versus Spartans. Winner take all for Ascension Parish. It will be on Rev Sports 1, and we have the tailgate show on Rev Sports 1 at 6 p.m. The first time to really do a great tailgate show leading into the big game between Santa Ma and East Ascension.
Yeah, and I think, Jimmy, you said EA was going to win. That's right.
That's what I said, man. I'm sticking to it.
Once again, thank you
but
for
you have to understand, I also said LSU was going to win the national championship.
Drop off their papers and pens and stopwatches. That would be great.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap this up. It has been a phenomenal afternoon of swimming. Back right after this, you are watching the Ascension Parish Swim Meet on Rev Sports.
Rev Business started small in 1935. We built our reputation by providing hometown service with Louisiana hustle. For nearly 90 years, we've expanded across our great state, through the swamps and across the Mississippi, bringing fiber optics from the capital to the North Shore, all to connect your business with the world. Rev is about big business technology with small business personal service.
For a limited time, get up to $300 off business services. Call or visit us today at letsrev.biz.
The best way to recruit for at-home tailgating is Chris's Specialty Foods. Wings, burgers, brisket, steak, and boudin. All of the 5 stars are at Chris's Specialty Foods. Millerville, New Orleans, Prairieville, and Frisco.
Everybody loves Chris's authentic Cajun meat.
Looking for an extraordinary education opportunity? Introducing Ascension Public Schools Early College Option Program. Experience the best of both worlds as high schools seamlessly blend with college coursework in a rigorous yet supportive program. Earn your high school diploma and an associate's degree in biological science or humanities in less time. Get acclimated to college coursework and expectations, giving you a 2-year head start on your peers. In fact, 86% of early college option students earn both a high school diploma and associate's degree from River Parishes Community College at the same time. And ECO students achieve an average ACT score of 24. You can enjoy a smaller learning environment that fosters collaborative learning, yet stay connected to your home high school through clubs, organizations, and sports. And here's the best part. Students pay no tuition or textbook costs. Ascension Public Schools Early College Option Program, where your future begins today. Enroll for next year and seize the opportunity of a lifetime.
So I'm standing with the coaches here, the big 3 AP right here, and they are
Jared Scheck-Snyder from Dutchtown,
Jessica Kling from Sanama,
Kelly Fruget, East Ascension.
And guys, what a wonderful event that y'all put on tonight. How does it feel for it to be over, for your kids? But how do you feel that your team did tonight?
It's rewarding to see a what's the word? A great meet put on by all 3 of us. As far as our swimmers, they did a wonderful job tonight, and I'm so proud of all of them.
And Jessica?
Yeah, same thing for us. We had a lot of swimmers get personal best times, dropped a few seconds, which is all that we could ask for from our swimmers to do their personal best. So we're very, very happy.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It seemed like everybody was enjoying the home team advantage today. This is where they train every day, day in and day out. These kids work so hard. They put on a great performance. I'm really proud of all of them.
Well, coaches, very proud of y'all for hosting this for our community and for our schools, and for them to finally, see each other and compete, even though, they practice sometimes together. They see, and half of them have been swimming together their whole lives. So it's really cool to see them out here and then be in the heart of Gonzales. So great job, guys, and good luck for the rest of the season. And back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Jolie. Great job poolside, and we congratulate all of our coaches and all of our swimmers. Tremendous job in the pool this afternoon, and you know what? I just feel privileged to have been out here to see these guys and girls really work so hard, Peter, and do a great job out there.
That's what it's all about. That's why we have these meets, so the kids can gauge where they are in their training and set goals from this performance and see how they finish up the swim season.
Well, this is such a unique event with all the parish schools coming together. I don't know that any other parish in our 64 does something like this.
You may be right on that. Maybe we have to get out and see a little more, but this is truly a unique event, and I hope, like you said at the beginning, that this event never goes away. It's a great experience for these kids, and
if we have any parent or
and just a challenging event for them to have.
Listen, we want to thank our great crew. They did a tremendous job. Our camera operators were right on it all day long. Danny Wilson and Will Molenberg. We also want to thank our graphics guru, Nolan Wagisback, our great director, Andre Chapoy, and our executive producer, Lyle Boudreau. Peter, I can't thank you enough, Peter Okonski, for being here and really explaining what's going on out there so very well, because this is not a lot of people see things like this, and it's just been a great event, and we really appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. Anytime you want me back, I'm there for you.
More Ascension swimming coming up, as says Peter Okonski. We appreciate it. We wish everybody the best in their future endeavors in swimming. That's going to do it for us. For Peter Okonski, for our entire crew, and myself, Jimmy Frederick, have a great night, everybody. It was a wonderful Ascension Parish swim meet here on Rev Sports. Good night.